Release the skull fighters from the pod bay doors. Aye, Captain! Yeah, you see? Let's go out there and get the peak males. What do you say, 105C?
For the last time, it's not called the Peak Mail. They're just advertising their Peak Mail merchandise for T-Public. It's called the Moonshine for lore reasons.
I also heard them Chevy Colorados were a great drive, and we would love to support them by any means necessary.
I mean, if we were in a Chevy Colorado, that would have been the only way for us to catch a Chevy Colorado. It takes a Chevy Colorado to catch a Chevy Colorado.
Okay, seriously, we gotta take these guys down. What's your plan, 105C? And speak up a little bit. I mean, I get you going for your Christopher Nolan Batman voice, but he
Don't you have to tell me to speak up?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, blar. Shiver me timbers, lad.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take it to the fight to these guys, because we're the 105 batch, and we're going to take them down. 105C and 105D together again.
No, I don't know a 105D. Let me be clear. I am Boots the Task O'Malley. That is me, the first Pirate King
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
I'm so sick of your nonsense. We're the Robo-Skulls. We monitor hallways and we fly fighters. I'm sick of your big dreams.
But
Join reality, where we're flying these fighters to go on a suicide mission to not stop the moon. They're the protagonists. You think they're going to die at the end of season 2? There's 6 seasons. Get your head in the game. We're almost in range for our blaster bolts. Or no, they're not blaster bolts because they're rendered like spheres. What do we call them? Our BB... Our night BB guns.
Night BB guns by Boots the Task O'Malley. I love it. Let's go with that.
All right, Boots. If that's what you want to be called, get your head in the game. We're about to be within whatever I said range, blaster ball range. Look at this. Good. You know what we've successfully done, if nothing else, Boots? We've made this podcast unlistenable. And that's the real victory for the villains.
Well, blow me down.
Shut up, Boots.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Economy of Nothing podcast. If you're first time watcher, listener, caller, emailer, hope you're having a good time today. So glad to have you a part of this. Turns out, here's where we're at. We have a mystery box to return to the Nothing Corporation. If we don't get it there, it's a negative 78 credit balance on us. And as you know, I will not accept that. I have to feed my family and get home tonight for dinner.
Green, there's no time. There's skull fighters right behind us. What are you doing? economyofnothing.com, Gmail, economyofnothing@gmail.com, patreon.com/economyofnothing. Holy shit, Green, we need to do something.
Captain, I'm going to need you to stay cool here, okay? Because I have a plan. A
Green,
monetary maneuver, if you will.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Green. Green, sorry. That was out of character of me. Green, I'm really happy you have a plan. I'm sick of you calling everything your monetary maneuver. It's a bit gauche at this point. It feels like you've been saying that for like 30 episodes or something, and it's just like, Green, it feels like this is all one monetary maneuver. It feels like you don't get the call every time you turn the wheel a new maneuver. Like, it's like, no, I think we're still in the same maneuver, right? Like, we're still trying to do the same thing. I think separating these out into separate ideas isn't great. I'm waiting for you to shut me down and be like, oh, hey, now you're going for a long time, Captain. Don't you remember that there were a bunch of skull pirates? But sometimes you just get caught in the situation where you're talking, Green. You know what I mean? because it's an audio podcast and you're trying to fill time, and you forget to tell people that it's available on all the audio platforms. Do you use iHeartRadio for your podcasts? You can get it there for some reason. Who does that? Let us know.
iHeartRadio.
Is someone listening to this podcast on the iHeartRadio app? Like, I'm not like.
Are you
I'm
okay?
Not, like, I'm not. I'm not trying to shit on anyone. Like, I swear to God, it's a genuine question. Like, it was like when you go to because I decided to just, instead of hosting our own RSS feed, I went through Libsyn. So we do it on Libsyn. It cost me like $30. Join the Patreon. They're like check the platforms you want to go through. So I'm like, I guess all the platforms, but like I haven't heard of I'm like, who listens on Amazon Music, right?
No one's using Amazon Music, dude. No one.
But I know there's some like small third party platforms that people do but like for the most part I'm just like, this is like the iHeartRadio app is just like, I think it's crazy that people listen, you know what I mean? Like, that's so many levels crazy that you're like, I get all my podcasts on the iHeartRadio app, but it's a stand-in for all of the crazy things I hadn't heard of. Anyway,
it's more just like it's getting the iHeartRadio. It's like in the bottom.
Now
100.
I feel bad. I've never felt so bad about anything I've ever said on this podcast. I'm like, if you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, I want you to know I love you. Okay, and if you're not, just download it there, and can you review things on the iHeartRadio app? Do it if you want.
Somebody just interact with us. Jeez.
Oh, that reminds me. At the end of this episode, we're going to read some reviews on podcast platforms.
Oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to love it. It's going to be
but
terrible.
Green, there's fucking skull fighters right by Green. You're so lucky that whoever animates this figured out a really great way to loop what's happening right now. But anyway, Green, what's your great plan? Your other
listen. I know you like
great. You've had great plans.
Listen, I have the greatest plan, and I distinctly remember you making fun of my monetary maneuvers. But the reality is, they've gotten us out of 2 jams, and comedy works in 3s. So here's what's gonna happen: we're gonna do the Nintendo Star Fox 64 barrel roll throughout this entire asteroid field. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of barrel rolls. It is. We're going to barrel roll right. We're going to barrel roll left. But we're only going to be able to go up and down like we did on the Nintendo 64 Star Fox.
You want to know
game.
what's great about that, Green? If you're doing constant barrel rolls, that would mean that any laser blast that was shot at us would be deflected. And that would mean that was canonically a cool thing to happen, and not because someone couldn't figure out how particle instances work this week. Right?
Exactly, Captain.
It would
be very good.
Deflection plan. All right. Well, Green, are you going to take us to the asteroid field? Because I have a couple of questions about our offensive capabilities, but if we're just running right now, that'll be fine.
I think we both know that, A, I haven't been home for dinner in weeks. And B, I will not accept a negative credit balance. So in my world, C, we're running because I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm done with this stupid mystery box. We've been, I don't know, a whole year trying to deliver it, and we never even delivered it. We had to get. This is like a return of a return. It's a copy of a copy. It's insane.
But if we can't deliver the box, don't you think we could deliver on some action?
I think we could, Captain.
Punch it.
Proximity alert. Proximity alert. Proximity alert. Proximity alert. Proximity alert.
Skulk!
Proximity
Skulk! Can you hear me,
alert.
Skulk?
Yeah, Bonehead. How's the pursuit going?
Skulk, we got a bit of a situation. Number 1, can you hand me a slice of that pizza right there? Number 2.
God dang it, Bonehead, it ain't pizza. That was a ruse, you fool.
Skulk, I'm starting to understand why, our boss really hates you at times. Anyways, Skulk.
Proximity alert. Proximity alert.
Skunk, you need to tell the boss we can't hyperjump to catch up with the peak mail boys, okay? Because they're heading into an asteroid field, and the parachute can't take it. It just can't take it, Skunk. And I don't want to piss off the boss, because later we're supposed to do some ketamine once we get that mystery box.
Get away, Bonehead. Thank you for the update. I'll update the boss. Hey, boss. I got some bad
What is it, Skunk?
news. So the moonshine is heading into that old asteroid field over there. We can't pursue in our larger ship, so we are going to but we got those two skull fighters. They're in pursuit. They're
For the love of
track them
God,
down.
spit it out, man. What are you saying?
Lost the voice. Well, so but
There you had it.
Yep.
You had it. Lean into it. Lean into the just bubble around like an idiot for a minute.
Boss, you told me not to fumble around for a little bit, so then I kind of lost where I was trying to go. But Bonehead here said he got the nope. That's I went a little bit into the marshal there for a second.
Jesus Christ, he's not back, is he? Oh God, oh, he's scared me.
Boss, the moonshine's heading into that asteroid field, but we got our fighters in hot pursuit.
Burst!
Bonehead, I already told him.
What? No, you know what? I want to hear from somebody who could actually explain something.
Well, boss, I'll tell you what. Hey, Bonehead, the boss like to know what you said earlier. If you could please repeat yourself.
Sure thing, Skunk.
He says, sure thing, boss. Continue, Skunk.
Shut up. Just shut up, Skunk. Just shut up.
Bonehead, he says, shut up. Bonehead, shut up. The boss says, shut up.
Boss! Enough! There's a proximity alert, boss. Listen. The Peak Mail Boys, they're up there. Who the hell are the Peak Mail Boys? Boss, the Peak Mail Boys in the Chevy Colorado. You mean the captain and the green fellow? Yes, and I think it's been established now that they have peak mail on the front of their truck. It's telling me to go to a website. The merch is really great. Anyway, that's besides the point. I swear to God, Bonehead, you better spit it out here in a minute. Okay, here's what it is, boss. We can't hyper-jump through the asteroid field, okay? The parachute can't take it, okay? It's going to destroy everything. And the Peak Mail Boys in the Chevy Colorado are going through the asteroid field. We're going to lose them pretty soon. We need to send those fighters out quickly. You got the 107C and D boys out there? Well, Bonehead, I believe you are correct. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Skunk, I'm going to need you to get on the old radio. Get me the following. I need 107C, 107D, or whatever the freak their name is. The one that sounds like Batman and the other guy that's calling himself a pirate. So
Boots, I believe you mean Boots O'Malley the third. He's a heck of a pilot. If we're all just waxing and waning poetically, boss, what do you need me to do? I got you.
I need you to send out the fighters to take down the Peak Mail
Boys.
Boys.
Boss, I anticipated your request, and they are already on pursuit. They were entering Bonehead, or the fighters entering the asteroid field.
Yeah, I need you to pull up on comms. We gotta talk to him real quick. Pull him up for me. On the screen, Skunk.
Yes, sir. On this beautiful hollow screen that we have right here in front of us.
Bonehead, did you get the K for later? You know, the special kind? You read it, boss. We're gonna do it tonight.
I work with fucking idiots.
Skunk, I need you to be more like Bonehead, okay? Bonehead brings the party. We need to have a performance review so I can deduct your pay, and you actually owe me more in overtime.
Hey, boss, I got old Boots and 105C here, ready to have an old conversation with you here, boss. Well, what do you want? I'm in pursuit of the moonshine.
I don't see the moonshine. I only see the peak mail boys in the Chevy Colorado
Shut
going to
up,
the Asteroid.
you'll see the mass end of my ship if you don't shut your goddamn hole. 45 degrees.
Argy, matey. We'll be taking down the peak mail Chevy Colorado boys today now.
I got him on my left.
Duck and cover! You see, I'll be having you off the plate, Mr. Green. Captain, look out over there.
Up on the left.
Oh, we better not get our skis out over ourselves.
Our lasers are bouncing right off.
I've never seen such barrel rolls in me life. Shiver me timbers.
Hey, boss, they're doing a bunch of barrel rolls. It seems like none of the lasers are even working at all.
First off, let me just say, my barrel roll abilities, on point. Second, I think we should have taken some Dramamine. I'm pretty sick feeling.
Peppy the Rabbit would be very proud of you. But Green,
Yeah,
I think we're gonna have to engage these guys. And do you have any weapons on this thing?
I do, Captain.
What kind? You like offensive capabilities?
They are of the laser variety.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you got a chance since the last time we were in space combat with some Skull Fighters, but is it still this like however many button system, this 13 switch system? Is that how we're gonna have to fire again?
You're in luck, Captain, because I did upgrade the system.
Fuck, it's like a one button. Gonna be a one button system. Could there be a lock? Could there be a target lock and maybe a fire? If there,
I did get some upgrades put on. I did some lasers.
do you upgrade the switch system?
It's a bit iffy there. I don't want to talk about it right now.
Right,
but I did manage to run across a genie. A genie. Yes.
Not a magic genie, a space genie.
No, it was a cosmic magic genie.
Magic genie, okay.
Yeah, it was back on Brenner 7. In between Brenner 7, I was getting that sandwich.
So this is okay.
Basically,
at the gas station.
No, here's the thing. It doesn't matter where I found the genie. Realistically, typical genie, 3 wishes. Someone had just like bailed on him. He had given out 2 out of 3 of the wishes, and he was just like, "Yo, dude, I've been out just chilling for like 3 weeks trying to get somebody to give a wish. I'm not a bad genie, but like I just want to give my last wish so I can get back into my home." And he wanted to be done. I was like, "All right, cool, man. Like I need some things, right?" So I was just like, "Yo, I need something in this car that always gives me in the moonshine, something that always gives me what I need in a moment, especially."
Green, they're right behind us.
You know what? You're right. Anyways, I had him bless the Glovebox. It's now called the Glovebox of Convenience, and it always has the item we need, the MacGuffin, if you will.
All right.
We need.
All right. Fuck is this? I've heard of a 360, but this is getting ridiculous.
These guys are going so fast.
See, I told you. They got behind us. I don't even know how it happened. What do you think? You think you're getting out of this, Boots? You think anyone's going to know about you in Season 3? I bet they got some sort of fucking MacGuffin box that's just going to fucking blow us out of the sky with very little effort. And you're like, "Oh, I'm an individual character and I matter." You don't matter at all. Even if you were the main character of this, you wouldn't matter. No one's watching this. No one cares, you fucking idiot. But no, good. Why don't you, hey Boots, in the last couple seconds you have alive, why don't you get a little more backstory in?
I don't need a backstory because Boots the Task O'Malley was raised in the dark, born in it, and now he will return to it. Is that a Bop It I see? Oh no. Did you bop it?
I don't know what that means.
It means hit the button. Hit the button that says Bop It. Circle that says Bop It on it.
The middle Bop It.
Yeah, it'll say Bop It. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I bopped it.
All right, now twist it. There's a twisting tab. You're gonna have to take the tab and twist it.
All right.
Did you twist it? Did you twist it?
Yeah.
All right, now pull it. Oh, It said you didn't do it in time. Can you bop it again?
I bopped it.
Twist it.
I twisted it.
Now you gotta pull it.
I pulled it. Boots could never go the final 10. They blow up. Boots always blaming everyone else for a situation instead of just like understanding what the situation is and then trying to like work his way from that, right? Boots out here being like, if I just insist enough, it's like, no, like you're a skull pirate. Like hey, the thing is you ain't worked hard enough. You don't, like, no, if you're a fucking dirt farmer, you're a fucking dirt farmer. They don't just like let you fucking ride spaceships. Like, what are you fucking talking about? The only reason they're in space is to get blown up by the captain and Mr. Green, despite the fact that the captain's officially now, I guess, used a gun, despite the fact that it's a Bop It, so it's like a kid's toy. Is that fucking worse, Green? No. I just feel like even this first, like, Green, I feel like I haven't been working for the Nothing Corporation very long, but already all of my fears about the potential evils of this corporate cosmos we live in are seeming to come to fruition.
Yeah, I'd say so, Captain. I'd say so.
Boss, I was wondering, obviously they've been, blown up, and we gonna have to explain this to the Dark Orbit. This could be a real problem for us, boss. But I got a little side hustle going that I might be able to get you in on. If you're maybe ready to take my lead for a change.
First off, Skulk, whatever you've been doing to financially enrich yourself on this time, I have to say, good on you. But you will be paying me 50% of whatever you make. Second, you will fill me in on the plan that you are doing. And third, I will go along with it, but only because I choose to do so, not because you are the boss by any means. I am still the boss.
Well, now I reckon I could explain some of what's happening to you right now.
Oh no, Skulk.
Well, you happen to know any heroes?
Well, I started out down a dirty road. Started out all alone, and the sun went down as I crossed the hill, and the town lit up, the world got still. I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wind. Coming down is the hardest thing.
I think the point of the podcast is to get everyone to reflect internally and then think about that, and then if that changes like your viewpoints in reality, with our shared reality, then you would go out and do something good with it,
Well, like, it was this concept that like oh, well, we're not proposing solutions, and I was like, I don't claim to have solutions. And also, if you look historically, people saying they have solutions, not fucking great, right?
Yeah,
Hitler had solutions. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're not,
because the most efficient solution to the homeless problem is to get rid of the homeless people, not to put them all in houses, right? But just put everyone in a house and then there's no homeless people. But they're like, well, we are not going to do that. So what's the next solution? I'm like, no, that's the solution. I'm not going to present you another solution. Fuck off. My solution is the simple, obvious, good solution. Hey, all the homeless people should have a place to live. There's more places to live than there are people. Give them one. And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. Now every solution is a solution based on the fact that we're not going to do the best solution. Right?
Yeah.
And because we live in a world that's binary, if the problem is homeless people and we're not going to do anything about the home, then that means we're going to do something about the people, right? But the same thing, we're not doing anything about immigration. They're not increasing the border patrol at the fucking border, are they? They're just in fucking America harassing people, right? Because that's where it is. They're harassing you for your time and money. You want to be out here complaining about something a celebrity like someone did, but the shit rolls downhill. Attitude reflects leadership. 1,000 other things you fucking heard that you know are true that you ignore on a daily basis to get through life.
Can I just say there was a bit of hope. I think I read it was like, want to say it was like some major or lieutenant in the Air Force.
This is
and
the
like,
guy. I brought him up a few while ago. I was like, I don't know if this guy's real. I guess he might be about it.
I think he's a real one because he stood up and was like, "There's just blatant corruption going on, and just breaking the law." And I mean,
like,
I get it from a military perspective. Like he was like, "This is like," but he's waking up to the fact that.
Like Mike, it's one of these things where like it's an impossible. It's an impossible conversation to have for me to be like, oh, I need everyone to understand that like every general in the armed forces is breaking their oath every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
None of them could possibly be heroes because when Donald Trump tells them to deploy into American cities, they're gonna fucking do it.
Ugh.
Right?
I would hope. I mean, legally, right?
We're not going to talk about it this week because I'll do my research. I'll watch fucking Hamilton finally, right? But I'm like, everyone's understanding of American politics and history and society is fucked.
You better watch Hamilton, bro. They're going to come at you hard.
But, right? Like, this idea that these generals will stand up is the same idea that these judges are standing up, right? It's like who, how, when, what? They sent the message with what is that Maddox or whatever, and now no one's saying shit about nothing, right? Of course. But that's their job, right? And we all believe that, like, well, the president is the executive and he was elected by the people and we're doing, but we both know that the popular vote doesn't elect the president. So if you're in the military being like, well, the majority of Americans want me to do whatever this guy said. No, they didn't. That's not true of any of them, right? Not a single fucking one, right? But none of the Republicans in our lifetime, right, have had the popular vote. And they're the ones starting all the fucking wars and not getting anyone. Obama killed Osama bin Laden. I don't know what to fucking tell everyone. You know what I mean? Like, listen, if you want a president who killed terrorists, Barack Obama, right? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Barack Hussein Obama killed the most Muslims, if that makes you feel weird. Welcome to it, right? Like, that's the world. That's true. Welcome. But I'll square that with whatever you believe, but I'm sure it doesn't, right? The fucking drone president, everybody. Like, come on.
Oh, my gosh. Well, that's the show.
Is any of that in? I don't know if that's true. George Bush killed a lot. But, like what I'm saying is, like, if you're like Barack Obama killed so many people in the Middle East, right? Like thousands and thousands and thousands of people in the Middle East. He's well within acceptable parameters, right? Like if the weatherman's allowed to be like, well, this year's just had a few more days over 90 degrees than last year, so that's fine. The average is only slightly moving up every year without it, you know, like whatever, fuck it, right? Like, don't worry. Like,
what's crazy is like,
this is why we're making a cartoon. You know what I mean? This is it. You want some solutions? I got some solutions. I'm making a cartoon. You know.
At a certain point, you have to ask yourself. There was this guy that was talking about anarchism, and it was just like basically like they're not worried about the government or the state government. They're just like managing things among themselves and like the society of the towns they live in enforce. It's a real Walking Dead, but not walking, like nobody's a zombie. It's just like, yo, if we all decide that you're a dick and the best way to deal with a dick is to just like kill you, then that's acceptable policy. Is that right? Like, yeah.
So, I mean, to wrap this whole season up, right? Thomas Paine, right? Talks like initially at the start of Common Sense about like people need to divorce their concept of governance and society, right? With society came first.
Yeah.
Like humans form societies before they form governments. Societies are built off of our needs and governments are built off of our vices, right? And like,
Yeah, that's a great way of
oftentimes,
putting it.
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, Thomas Paine put it like that, but not me. But like so many times when I'm like, the government shouldn't be doing this, people will respond to me like, well, won't like, will respond with like a society, like I'll be like, I don't think the government can be doing this, and like, well, then everyone would just be murdering everyone. I'm like, I don't think everyone wants to murder everyone all the time. Like, I don't think that's anyone's Saturday. Do you know what I mean? But the government runs, like, we've given in too much so that, like, the government runs like we live in the purge. Like, I just saw some news story where they're like, oh my God, don't worry. There are going to be so many NYPD at, like, the U.S. Open that everyone will be safe. A couple things we know. Every single place there's ever been a giant attack at a major event, there was a fucking ton of security, right? Like, of course, like, that's what they do is they breach whatever security they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We can stop.
No. It's great. I was enjoying listening.
Well, no, you're writing on your pad, so when you write on your pad, he's drawing boobs. Those are very.
I don't really understand. I don't know. I have nothing to say.
No, it's fine. Like, dude, I don't know. It just I got a little. I went some places. I don't know. Maybe this is the last episode of the podcast we ever record, Mike. Who knows?
You could always just cut that part. I mean, it was interesting.
I
think it was all correct.
Tomorrow.
I thought the Thomas Paine stuff was useful.
Yeah, no. I mean,
I just don't think people think about it, dude. That's what it is. It's just they've been numb. The average person has been. The reason if anybody's thinking about murdering people all day, it's because they've just they've fallen victim to the trap, which is the algorithms that guide them and are sycophantic to them, and just they build their truth to their narrative is their algo's truth and how it relates to them. It's like, it's like a horoscope, but with ChatGPT. That's what it is.
Yeah, man. 100%. It's like it's that thing where people are like, well, things will get better, and I'm people
choose that because it's easier. It's easier to do that than face the reality is that Robert De Niro says it best when he stood up. Like, the reason Robert De Niro stood up is because he said this. He's like, democracy isn't fucking free. You have to fight for it, and if you don't fight for it, it goes away. That's essentially what Mike is saying here. Is what I think. He's saying that this is a moment in time we all need to be standing up. We need to be listening. We need to be extra careful on what battles we choose, because the whole thing is being designed in cannon fodder ways to divide us so that we can't cling on to one thing, and it keeps us confused. It's and journalism loves it, so they're going to fucking do it times 10. Because it's the easiest way to make money, and that's what capitalism is making money as fast and hard and as long as you can. But the reality is we trade our morals, we trade our rights as people for that. And when you really get down to it and you think about it from a materialistic viewpoint, there's not much that we there's two sets of rich. There's enough to where you're not worried every day about your bills. And then there's ungodly amounts of money where you're flying around in a private jet and stuff. It's the thing that's happening right now is that it's getting harder for the average person to afford groceries and gas and all this stuff, and nobody's buying anything for themselves. We are all holding back. And it's just the boomers right now going on vacation and stuff. So it's that. I mean, the reality is, everybody's just comfortable enough to not do anything or to not pay attention. But when people start going hungry, at least in history, when people start going hungry, that's when people revolt. True hungry. I'm not talking about a day.
I know, but
this
is. I mean, and this is where the American debt shit just really explodes, right? Is because everyone's gonna go into hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt before they fucking go hungry. right?
I know.
Like let's face it, guy. Like the debt is everyone's personal debt is the reason the economy hasn't crashed. If everyone had to go spend the money they had tomorrow, it's fucking over.
Yep. Ooh, we're screwed. Anyways,
right? If you had to take if you had to pay for everything next month out of your fucking bank account instead of like putting on your credit card and pay, you know what I mean? Like who?
well, now they have buy now, pay later for like Chipotle.
I know, man.
But you can pay in fart coin. So there's that. That's where it's all headed. I hate to break it to you guys, and Mr. Green's gonna call it. And so far I have. That they're doing all this Clarity Act bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? Where like they're right now in the news is Clarity Act. They're trying to push the crypto bill because what they're gonna do is they're gonna force crypto to happen no matter what. And it's gonna be credit card points. It's gonna be AI agents using it because there's like basically they're gonna use Web3 to enhance the dead internet theory and jumpstart crypto.
I hate to fucking
agree with me.
Extend the podcast and say you just cracked it or whatever, right? Like, okay, so like you're gonna have to. There's gonna be a long ride, or not long ride, like long in distance, right? Okay, so like if you think about like Fortnite, the metaverse, like the bold kind of claims when someone would be like, what we're going to do is you're going to be able to buy your Wolverine skin in this game and then just bring it to every game, right? Because it's all going to be connected. You know, it's all metaverse, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, none of that's ever going to happen. Probably it's never going to happen. Everyone has their own stores, yada, yada, yada. Like, what it's going to be or what they're going to push is like the universal currency, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's like, hey, what if V-Bucks were good everywhere?
Yeah, right? Except V-Bucks are going to be USDC. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah,
because that's Circle. That's the reason Visa can't.
But like that's how they sell it, right? They're not going to be. They're not like when you said airline points. I was like, they're okay.
But that's how it is.
Right?
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah. It's really instead of buying credits on ChatGPT to do things, you're going to buy bits. Right,
you're gonna buy bits,
and that's how
everything's just gonna.
And of course, like everything else, it's gonna be like, okay, well, $10 gets you 100 bits, but everything takes 80 bits to do, so you always have leftover bits that they're just staring.
Well, and each blockchain has different tokenomics, but you all base it back to Bitcoin, which is Satoshis. So they're gonna tie Bitcoin, they're gonna tie Ethereum, they're gonna do it all on there, and there's that like. Don't get me wrong. I think there is some use cases to be had by crypto from like that it would make better, but the way that it's going to go about it and regulate it, it's going to become the freaking Wild West, and a lot of damage will be done just before. It could be the thing that like it's the nail in the coffin. We don't know, but the point being, it's so like
crazy that all of this is like just gonna happen, and like there's just nothing.
Yeah. Well, we
can do about it.
Here's my thing, Mike.
Like, and it's going to happen even faster because they
decentralized. So all these things you can't shut it down. The decentralized like social media, you can't shut it down. So think about this: you have AI agents that can now trade. Right now everything's like all these Larry Fink guys. There's like everything's being tokenized and put on the blockchain. Blah blah blah. They're really doing that. They're doing that right now. They've done most of it. So now I can go. A DeFi protocol doesn't make any sense, really, when you think about it. It's just some software on a thing that you put Bitcoin in with it or USDC with it, and it creates yield of whatever asset that you do for whatever reason, for whatever currency or whatever ecosystem that buys NFTs or whatever. The point is, they figured out a way to make it all usable, and it's backed by something because it all takes some sort of like either currency related, gold back related, or like you could argue energy related, right? So they're gonna like commoditize it all, put it on there. Everything is gonna get washed and mixed together where it'll be so freaking hard to know what dollars are tied in with what assets, and you can take your equity and now put it in DeFi protocols and earn yield on it the same way you could take imagine taking Bitcoin, throwing USDC with it, and now some NVIDIA, and you're making 9% on the blockchain, and no one's going to know about it. They're going to make a shitload of money, and it's going to get all tied in with all the other stuff because they have something called Tornado Cash, which nobody was paying attention during crypto, but that guy got arrested by like the government, and like he's still sitting in jail, but that basically takes all the crypto, washes it all, and sends it out so it's untraceable. So even the problem that crypto is supposed to solve, they've built protocols around it. So, which they probably don't know that, right? Like they don't like. I mean, they're getting hacked on Slack, Mike. There's no way they know this.
Dude, it is funny. Like, I think about like. And I guess, we're sci-fi guys. Maybe all of this is in the show. Who the fuck knows? But, like, I think about us as like a Star Trek planet. As, like, imagine landing on Earth and being like, what? No, where's all your stuff? And they're like, oh, it's all in this box. Like, oh, like, you have, like, portals and you, like, have... No. It's like the electricity represents things.
Oh, it's so stupid when you say it like that. Oh my god, it's so dumb. Oh my gosh, we're definitely at the top. We're at the top of the market. We're there. The problem is, I think we might stay here. Like, is this the future? Oh,
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know this is the show, right? But like, no, I'm like, am I in the future just driving a Chevy Colorado in space? Like, do you know? Like,
yeah.
Delivery
You're
boxes.
Right. Nothing's gonna happen, dude. It's just gonna keep going. And I already kind of see that. Like, you see it in the gas. You see it in the new movie statistics. It's like Spider-Man made the most money ever, and it's like, but it had the least amount of attendance, was what you said last week, and it's true. But it's because everything's just, dude. We're gonna run it up till it falls, man. Until people get hungry and revolt. Unfortunately. But I think the thing that bothers me at all is like, it doesn't have to be this way.
I know, we could just be better.
Yeah, I mean, just genuinely like more empathetic to everyone. If everybody, including
like
everyone ever could,
have you ever? I know you've been somewhere with someone who like convinces themselves that if they were them, they wouldn't mind a lower tip, right?
I've never
like you've been somewhere
those people. That tells me you haven't worked.
Yeah,
right?
They're like, no, well, I mean, I can't even think of it because it's such dumb shit they say. But the people are like, well, no, I think I would understand. Like $15 seems like a perfectly good amount of money for. It's like, you've never wanted for anything. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you want to see a really good instance of this, watch Reservoir Dogs, and you get to see Quentin Tarantino's line that is said through Steve Buscemi on why he's a rich asshole and doesn't feel like he should tip. That's true. But I was just shitting on Quentin Tarantino because I do think he deserves to be shit on these days.
That's probably what he really thinks. Anyway, all right. Well,
that's what he really thinks. I mean, he chokes women to get the cut.
We've now really brought up everything. What else needs to be brought up to bring this season home? I did think that we should have gone back to the dispatch so that the one of the dispatch robots should have said something. But we're just going to end this podcast because it's gone too long. It's going to take me too long to edit. I don't want to do it anymore. All right, I'm hanging up. I'm not hanging up. I'm going to stop the podcast first. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Well done.
Wait, aren't we going to read through comments?
We are.
Oh, dude, I want to do some comments. But let's do shouts and then comments.
Okay, we'll just that can be the very end. All right. Okay. So this is, hey everyone, rate and review us on stuff. I'm going to just read some comments. These are reviews on iTunes. 5 stars. This is called Nothing Happening. This is the name of the thing. Right. Don't be fooled. It's a Scrubs and Burn Notice podcast. 5 stars. Give us a 5-star.
I love it. That's great.
Raw and Real. Love this. 5 stars. Pretty good. Delightful banter from the far-flung future, 5 stars. Listening to the captain and Mr. Green discuss the perils of our distant past has quickly become the highlight of my week. Pretty cool.
Love that. That's nice.
There you go. Space Theater 56,000. 5 stars.
I gotta
so
tell
we're
you,
just
this
like-
is great. This is great for my self-esteem. I love it.
Well, that's why I thought we'd do it.
Yeah. No, are there any bad
and then
ones?
also be like, hey, if you want something read, maybe. But if you write me an email, I'll read it on the show. But no one cares.
All right.
Anyway,
Now do it in reverse. Let's humble us.
well, I didn't read that one. But this one is. Get out of here! Stop listening, guy who wrote this one, and you'll see why. In the far future, it's the distant future. All right, I'm gonna start nitpicking because I'm mad at the end of this. In the far future, in the distant future, capitalize it. All right, distant future. That's where they are. Anyway, there are still deliveries to be done. You will hear random insights from a time-traveling peak male captain and their robot driver. Now, 10 out of 10 would again. He's not a robot, okay? Mr. Green is an alien, all right? It's very important that, like, everyone understand that, yes, I understand there's some confusion because he was in the Robo-Human Wars, but he fought on the human side of the Robo-Human Wars. Stop judging a man just because he has a voice assistant, right?
Seriously.
Also, the captain's not really a time traveler. I mean, he's a man out of time is the term I'd prefer to time travel. He's not quantum fucking leaping, okay? This is a time travel show. He's just a man that's out of time. But thank you. You fucking jacket. Thank you.
You know, I thought it was gonna be way worse. I was like, I'm sorry, fan. Don't be too mad at him.
I mean, maybe there were more. I don't know. This was just the front. Like,
No,
I just saw
fine.
like
That's fine.
I was just like, oh, we have like multiple people that wrote stuff, which there wasn't anything before. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I guess we could look at the other ones, but anyway, yeah, cool. Economyofnothing.com is a great way to reach out to us. Bad way to reach out to us is to say mean things. Anyway.
Dude, no, you can say mean things if you want to.
You can. I just will not respond.
Yeah,
Also,
I mean, I'm not going to
If you talk to me incoherently, I won't respond. Sorry.
Well, how could you respond?
Yeah, no. I can't be. We'll talk about it offline. I want to see. I thought I saw one. I was surprised that we had ratings on Spotify because I never think about Spotify.
Oh wow, we're on. Oh yeah, any good?
Well, I mean, we're on iHeartRadio. You think we're not on Spotify? But I don't know how to like look at reviews or whatever on Spotify. So
I don't either.
Sorry, everyone. I just gave myself 5 stars.
Don't be fooled. This is the Scrubs and Burn Notice podcast.
Honestly, that's the one that I saw that I thought was super funny because I'm like, that guy's been in the backlog. You know
Dude,
what
he's
I mean?
been here for a minute. He's our bread and butter.
The
You know what? And
backlog.
good on you, sir, whoever you may be,
Or lady.
or lady.
I'll tell you. Listen, our
Honestly,
metrics.
If there's a lady out there
up.
that knows that she might be our dream woman because she's watched Scrubs and Burn Notice and knows that that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that guy knows more than the guy that said you're a robot and that this is in the far future. It's the distant future. I'm so mad. What terrible fans we have.
Sorry, everyone. That was fun. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Doop, doop, doop.